I remember I ended up going to my door, and once I answered it, I realized that my DoorDash driver ended up standing by the door waiting for me just to hand me my food. And I thought this was normal, and I did not mind it until she ended up walking into my house with the food and said to me, "Oh, like, you're actually kind of cute." Yo, what is going on, you guys? My name's Bubba, and welcome back to another crazy, embarrassing story. So today's story all takes place back when I was in high school, and this was my grade 11 year. Now, in grade 11, I'm not gonna lie to you, there's a lot of things that I was not good at. Like, for example, I was not good at cooking, nor was I good at actually doing laundry, nor did I know how to wash dishes. To be honest, growing up back when I was younger, I gotta say I was pretty privileged since my mom was always there for me. But I remember one time my grade 11 year, when I came home from school, I ended up coming home to see my parents packing their bags. Now, I wasn't really sure why, and I remember I walked up to them saying, "Mom, Dad, what are you guys doing? Where are you guys going?" "Bubba, me and your mom are going on a little vacation for a bit. We're gonna be back in a couple days. Don't worry." "Wait, what? Where are you guys going?" "Don't worry about that. We'll see you soon." And that's when I ended up loading the car, and right before they ended up finishing loading the car, I went to my mom and said, "Wait, Mom, what about food? What am I supposed to eat?" "Bubba, you're a big boy now. Eat yourself. You can make something. I have a ton of ingredients in the fridge." And that's when she ended up closing the door on me and drove away with my dad. Now, my parents leaving for vacation was nothing new, and to be honest, one thing I was shocked about was that they didn't give me a babysitter. But at the same time, I was like almost 17 at the time, and I was basically an adult. Let's be real here. So I remember from there, I ended up basically going straight into my house, and honestly, I tried to avoid eating food because I didn't want to actually cook because, well, I really actually can't cook. Like, it's actually concerning. Still to this day, the only thing I can make properly is probably cereal. But going on with the story, I remember I was upstairs playing Call of Duty with the boys, and I was just on Xbox talking to them through Xbox live chat. And I remember I was talking to the guys about how my parents left, and I literally have no food. My friends also ended up started laughing, and they just said, "Yo, Bubba, just go downstairs and make something, man." So that's when I ended up telling them that I had no idea what I'm supposed to do because I literally can't cook. So that's when they ended up telling me to put the headset on and just go downstairs, and they could help me through cooking. So that's what I did. I literally wore my Xbox headset down the stairs to my kitchen and basically had them on the microphone, and through the headset they were teaching me how to cook a grilled cheese sandwich. Yeah, honestly, I always thought a grilled cheese sandwich back when I was younger was just putting 2 pieces of bread in the microwave and cheese, but no, apparently it's a lot more complicated. Like, you're actually supposed to like put butter on it and all that stuff. I don't know, I wouldn't get into it, to be honest, because, well, I'm not a cooking channel. But going on with the story, I remember as I was cooking this grilled cheese on a pan, all of a sudden I ended up burning it, and it was really bad, to the point where I actually started panicking, and for some reason the fire alarm ended up going off. So while my whole kitchen is just beeping really loud and I start panicking, I remember I ended up just throwing out the bread because apparently it was kind of burnt since, well, to be fair, it was one of my first times actually making a grilled cheese properly. And as all this is going on, I remember my friends over the headset are like, "Bubba, are you serious, bro? How'd you burn a piece of bread on a pan?" Guys, it's more complicated than that, okay? Like, seriously, is what I told them, but honestly, I don't think they really cared. Going on with the story, I remember it got to the point where I ended up just going back upstairs to my room and playing Call of Duty once again. But me, I was starving and had no idea what to do. And this is where one of my friends ended up saying, "Yo, Bubba, why don't you just order food?" Honestly, I remember at that moment, I felt really dumb because it was actually a really smart idea. Like, if there was one thing I had money to order food, so why not? So I remember I ended up going on my phone and I thought about ordering a pizza. But my buddy told me that ordering a pizza is just not a good idea because the place overcharges you for delivery and all that stuff. So that's when he ended up telling me about a thing called DoorDash. Now, this video is not sponsored. I'm not going to get into a whole like sponsorship thing, but DoorDash do sponsor me because basically this is your story time. But he ended up telling me about the app, and that's when I ended up downloading it and actually ended up ordering food on there. Now, at this time, DoorDash was like fairly new. Like, having like DoorDash was like not as popular. Apparently Uber Eats was more popular at the time, but to be honest, DoorDash was like a fairly new service that just came up. And I kept asking my friend what's the difference between DoorDash and Uber Eats, and honestly, he couldn't give me an answer, so I'm just gonna go with it. But I remember I ended up ordering McDonald's since it was one of my first time ordering off this app, and the only thing I actually properly recognized was McDonald's since I don't really go out much and eat food at the time. So when I ordered McDonald's, I remember I ended up basically watching my phone, seeing how the order was gonna come in and everything. Knowing that food was on the way honestly made me really hyped up, and I was super excited. But now this is where things get really interesting, because I remember when finally the DoorDash notification came that my food was here, I ended up going downstairs to my door, and right away as I opened it, I ended up seeing a girl wearing booty shorts and a red t-shirt enter inside my place. I ended up looking at her as she's holding my McDonald's meal, and I thought she should just be handing it to me, right? Like by the door, or even just leaving it at the door. But no, this girl ended up walking into my place, place with my McDonald's, by the way. And she looks at me and says, oh, like, I saw your profile on DoorDash. I think you're kind of cute. Wait, what is what I said to her? I was so confused and I was like totally lost on why she just said that. And then when one thing led to another, I remember she actually ended up like walking into my place and actually putting my food in the living room and sat down on the couch. As I was walking towards her, I looked at her and said, wait, is this like the whole like part of the, like the DoorDash thing? Oh yeah, like basically I like bring your food and dash it into your place. Oh, okay. Cool. And right as I said that, this girl ended up giving me a pickup line saying, yeah, so you know, I'm also dashing into your DMs, I guess. What is what I said to her? I was so lost and so confused. To be honest, like, I'm gonna be honest, I was so hungry that I couldn't really like understand anything that was really going on. So I ended up just sitting on the couch beside her and eating my McDonald's in front of her. And that's when this girl ended up telling me, oh, I never like saw you order on DoorDash before. Why'd you order? My friend told me to order food on here. Is this part of like some like survey you guys are doing? Oh no, I just think you're really awesome. Okay, cool. And I remember as I'm eating my filet-o-fish, this girl ends up standing up and saying to me, oh, like, so like, what do you do for work? I play video games. Oh my goodness, that's so cool. And that's when this girl ended up getting closer and closer. And with the filet-o-fish sauce in my mouth, I remember she ends up kissing me. I was so weirded out because to be honest, I just wanted to eat my food, bro. But like this girl was like all obsessed with me and it was getting really, really weird. To the point where I looked at her and I pulled away and said, what are you doing? I just want to eat my food. Wait, what? You don't think I'm cute? And that's when I ended up standing up and I literally grabbed my phone and said, okay, I'm gonna call the cops if you don't leave. Like seriously, this is getting weird. And that's when she finally stood up and actually ended up leaving my place. Honestly, it was super weird seeing that happen and I have no idea what was wrong with this girl. But like, other than she was super attractive, there was no way I was actually gonna do anything with this woman. But this is where the story gets a lot more darker. Because I remember right as she leaves, I close the door on her and I go back to sitting in my living room and I ended up seeing her afterwards, literally standing by my living room window, staring at me as I'm eating the food. I ended up looking at the app more to see if like it was normal for like DoorDash drivers to, you know, stare into my window and watch me eat food. And I'm gonna say one thing, apparently it wasn't. So I remember I actually ended up going outside and I looked at her saying, what are you doing? Just leave. Why are you near my place? And that's when this girl ended up doing the one thing that is my ultimate weakness. She ends up walking up to me and pulls out her cherries and yeah, not gonna lie, I found her attractive, so she ended up coming back inside with me and we did the Devil's Tango. Yeah, I know, kind of embarrassing and really dumb, but one thing I forgot was that my Xbox headset was unmuted still, so the boys on the Xbox party chat ended up hearing the whole thing go down. And I remember after this girl ended up leaving, when we did the Devil's Tango, I realized that and put on the headset, and that's when all the boys were freaking out saying, Bubba, what are you doing, bro? What? And like, that's when I ended up asking one of my friends that told me to download DoorDash, yo, I have a question. Is like a DoorDash service like an illegal like girl like Devil's Tango business? What? No, it's just for food. Wait, who's the driver you got? I want that one. And yeah, to this day it became a running joke, but honestly, I never ordered DoorDash since that day. So if you guys order food a lot online, follow for more embarrassing stories just like this one. Peace out, guys.